Welcome to Dancing Twins channel, where we explore dance and theater.
All the time it was a big shock, all the time it was a big scandal. Teachers were trying to keep it in secret, all the males. Just wait and maybe your legs will become perfect for ballet. How cool they are. Not human beings are performing. They may be wearing one mermaid costume. He made a mistake. We can see how the taste of one man can change the whole destiny. Hello everyone! Hi, my name is Alena and my name is Alina, and we are contemporary dancers and teachers, and also we are part of a company which name is Teatro Anstatuante.
This Anstatuante means doppelganger or twin. Company dancing theater for the movement, for the body and of course for our souls.
And today is our second part of the video where we are going to explain the history of the dance. We already have a video which explains the dance from primordial times till medieval times, and today will be more details about ballet. It will be, I think, from 15th century till nowadays, something like this. Yes, and we will try to keep chronological order of events, because I think that it will help us to understand why we are here. And before we start, we want to thank you for your feedback, for putting likes, subscribing our channel, and giving us some advices and maybe even offers. We really appreciate it, and you can support us by following in different platforms. It's Instagram, TikTok, Telegram, and of course YouTube. Let's start. Yes, I think that today I'm going to be the interviewer and Alina is going to answer my questions. So I will start from the very easy question. What is the origin of ballet? What was the country where it was born and what was the approximate year? To answer this question, let's go back to the word ballet. It appeared from Italian word bailare, which means to dance, and this is the answer for this question. Ballet appeared in Italy. When our video we were finishing close to these frames of time, and it is 15th century about this time. And why it appeared, this was the moment when Italy was very separated and different noble family, they were trying to show how cool they are.
I'm stronger, I'm smarter, I'm better, I am better!
How they are rich, how they are important, and one of the instruments to show this was a ballet. Yeah! Yes, if you remember, it was like the measure of the cultural level, so they were starting to teach the kids really high level of dance, and in one moment appeared one of the most important men. His name was Nijinsky Piacenza. He was even writing some books about the dance, and he was the one who taught one man to be a teacher of the Medici family. Can you explain a bit more about this family, why they are so much important? I think you heard about Caterina Medici. So she was Italian, she moved to France because she got married, and after, when she was in France, I think that if nowadays we are speaking about France, we think about very good quality of food, very high level art. High-level art sphere, and honestly, all this which we are describing now, we are very grateful for all of this to Caterina Medici. When she moved to France, she decided to develop these things, and one of parts of her interests was also ballet. Most well-known and really proper ballet performances was a ballet of the Queen, and it was a performance which was constructed for the wedding of one of her sons, And this ballet was showing also how important the family is, how rich the family is. So this already was a complete performance where people were really mixing theater and dance. It was something between disciplines. What was very interesting that before this day, usually ballet was only like the part of the beautiful dinners. They were entering the dishes while dancing, so this was the ballet. Like if I bring you a fish, I will be maybe wearing one mermaid costume and I will be doing some funny movements but bringing the food. And exactly in the moment of Caterina Medici, this was the more clearing everything around the ballet. Ballet became the main dish, not the fish or something else. So while Caterina Medici, ballet moved from Italy to France. Yes, but still a lot of teachers came to France from Italy. And after, while we will be speaking, we will also mention that two main origins, like from the very beginning of ballet, were France and Italy. So, and it was a tiny difference between techniques, and it was very funny because Italian teachers were trying to keep it in secret, and people from France, they were trying to, I don't know, hide and look how people from Italy are training their dancers. So it already was a moment that they had professional education for ballet dancers. I think that we can say so, and the very important moment when we can say that ballet was distinguished from different other types of art is the moment when Louis XIV, we also call him King of Sun, established a school of teachers of ballet. Also, a little bit about this king, why his name was Louis, King of the Sun, because he literally was acting as a sun in one of ballet performances. And yes, he was in love with ballet, he was training all day long, and we are really grateful for him, of his hobby, because he developed it a lot. And also we have a legend that one of movement in ballet is named after him. It is King's Atrasha, because the legend says that he was making a jump and he made a mistake, but the teacher was not able to say to King that he made a mistake, and he told like, no, it was not a mistake, you invented a new movement. Speaking about this academy was supposed to teach teachers how they should afterwards explain ballet to dancers, because before a lot of different techniques were happening, a lot of different movements, but also the same movements with different names. That is why it was really necessary to create a vocabulary which will be international. That is why nowadays a lot of, I think that close to 80% of terminology of ballet dancer is in French.
Et 2, et 3, et 4, chaque 4, brisé, plaque, échappé et battu.
Okay, so what they were taught in this academy, what was the main idea of ballet, the law of this genre of dance? How we can distinguish different types of dances and ballet from ballet. I think that the main thing is that ballet is a very, very strict language. So if we are speaking about ballet, we have positions of legs. Yes, you know, from 1st till 6th. And thank you to Pierre Beauchamp, he was a creator of these different positions of legs. Also, the ballet dance is more about shape. So we have really, really clear image. We have really beautiful image, and Sometimes it's even looking like I don't know, like not human beings are performing, because ballet was supposed to distinguish our lower human energy from the really poetic part of our existence. And if we're speaking about ballet, also very important part of this genre is music. We cannot imagine normal classic ballet dance without music, because how it usually is created. Usually first you have a music and after you are trying to build choreography. Usually it's happened this way. Okay, of course nowadays everything can happen, but if we are speaking about the original way how to create ballet, first you have a music, after you are trying to build choreography and etc. Also another thing which we really I feel that if we are saying ballet, if we pronounce this word, you will in the very same moment imagine a beautiful girl wearing pointe shoes with the tutu. But if we are speaking of ballet that times, like very far time ago, dancers were not wearing pointes and dancers were not wearing tutus. So they were wearing very beautiful costumes, and I think that this is the thing which we can put to the definition of ballet. While people dance ballet, they use really beautiful and very I would rather say that they use even very important costumes, because if we delete it, it will not work as before. So costume is a part of narrative. Yes, for sure. Yes. Okay, and what was the clothes they were wearing? So I understand that while ballet, costume really direct the movement of the people. So that is why if we watch now the ballet of Louis XIV, we will not even understand that it was a ballet in comparison with what we have now. Yes, as you can see, he is dancing only with his legs, and it is not because he cannot move his hands. It's because he has a really heavy wig, and also he has a mask, if you can see. So the upper part was very still, and the legs were able to move. And when we started to have something more close to nowadays clothes and movement, when we started to have points, tutus and jumps and using of the hands, I think that we should say that in the beginning a very important thing is dancers were almost all the males. So females were not dancing, they were standing very beautiful in very beautiful long dress, but they were not able to dance because of the costumes, yes. And after, little by little, women are trying to take a little bit more of the stage. So they are little by little trying to cut their skirts. It was all the time it was a big shock, all the time it was a big scandal when a woman with a little bit difference of the length of the skirt was appearing on the stage. But it was not because they were trying to, I don't know, somehow to show their body. They were trying to be able to dance, because with skirt till, I don't know, like till the end of the zala you cannot do anything. That is why they were cutting little by little the length of the skirt, and I think the moment when we can say that our regular tutu appeared, it was a moment when the skirt was with the length of knee, and it was a period of romantic ballet dance. And close to this moment appeared first pointe shoe ballerina. So if we are trying to have some points in the history where the ballet style was very changing, we can say that we started from the court ballet, when people were performing in wigs and masks, and it was really heavy. Baroque, it was like pretty the same thing, but more professional. The moment when we established this Academy of Ballet Dancers teachers. After, we can say that appeared classic ballet. It was more free because Noverre, very important figure in ballet history, told that we can delete masks, yes, we can use our face also to express emotions. We can try to distinguish different types of body and different types of artists to perform different roles. This is also a very interesting thing, because he told that there are 4 different types of ballet dancers. The first one is nobel, yes, so it's a prince or a princess. For example, we can say that Aurora is a noble one, and the second one is a demi-characterie. So this is a person who can also add a little bit more comedy into performance. And the people who were dancing as a demi-characterie, they were not so, I don't know, the nobles were usually very tall, with very long hands and very long legs. Demi-characterie had a bit shorter limbs. They had very live mimics, and the example of this is Kitri from the Don Quixote, for example. The third one would be a comic emploi, and it is, for example, Sancho Panza from Don Quixote. And the third one will be a drama queen. So this is, for example, Adelia, and this is, for example, Giselle from the second act. So this is a person who will be suffering during the performance. Okay, so this is what Noverre was telling us. He even wrote a very important book which is called Letters About Dancing. You can check it. It's interesting, and I think that a lot of these points which he wrote at that moment, they work till nowadays. So we can really use this. And another, they don't work at all. So, for example, he was explaining some things about the legs, and nowadays what he doesn't accept as a legs of dancer is the best legs for dancer. So you can just wait, and maybe your legs will become perfect for ballet. Yes, it's also very interesting thing about the fashion of ballet, because we are not speaking only about costumes, we are also speaking about changing of body shape of a dancer. So we will see it a little bit later. Maybe we will do like different videos where we do a compilation of the same dance but in different times, and you will see how much the moda, the fashion of the bodies goes through the time. Okay, so we were now in the moment of classicism, and after we can go to romanticism. So romanticism, this is the moment when appeared ponchos, tutus, and what is romanticism? Romanticism is on the stage is happening a fairy tale. And ballerina in this moment became not a human being. She became a fairy, she became a dream.
No nagging, bragging, sweating, fretting, slipping, tripping, slurping, burping, twittering, or frittering allowed. Stay present, stay pleasant, stay proud.
In this moment appears different ballets such as Sylphide, such as Giselle. So the story is not about our world. And after the fairy tale is over, what happens?
Basta, Rogelio!
Happens classical ballet period. So this is the moment when we will have like tutus, which really look like tutus, yes, so not just a skirt, and they were happening more non-fairy tale stories on the stage. So, for example, we can say that Anna Pavlova started to perform. She was performing, I think that everyone knows that she was performing Diane Swan performance. Diane Swan is not a fairy tale. This is not a fairy tale, but this is more like an etude, a story, and we cannot distinguish there. I don't know, like before ballet was 3 hours length, and we were not able to cut it into small pieces.
Ça dure combien de temps? 4 heures. Oh putain!
So from the moment of classical dance, it appeared more, I don't know, more futurist way how to perform ballet. So I think it became something like 40 minutes length parts, and I think the man who started to do everything shorter was Fokine. And I think later on we can talk more about Fokine in another video, because he is a great man and he was the one who changed the story.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
I said no!
Are we?
But I'm not going there yet. Okay, and next after this period appeared early modern, and I think that in this moment we can say that little by little we are going further from the ballet which has a really clear narrative to ballet which is more about moving. Yes, so we can distinct ballet dance to two very big branches, ballet which has narrative and ballet which doesn't have narrative.
And who was the creator of this non-narrative ballet?
I think that we cannot say who was the first one, but one of the most important figures is George Balanchine. This is the man who decided to dance close to on the really empty stage. Of course, it was not from the very beginning. In the beginning of his career, he was using a lot of props, he was using different costumes. Little by little, he was deleting parts which were interrupting us from the clear movement.
Perfection.
We would have to show you the most obvious example. It will be his ballet, which is named Jewelries. So, just check. And another thing which is very important about Balanchine, this is the guy who made us to imagine ballerina as we see ballerinas nowadays. So they became really thin, they became really tall, so persons who before were not performing, they were standing like backwards as a kind of props, as a kind of decorations. In Balanchine's time, he thought that this is the ballerina which will perform like in the first row. This was his way to see ballerina's path. Yes, so we can see how the taste of one man can change the whole history.
My tastes are very singular. You wouldn't understand.
Enlighten me then.
Now, if you talk to somebody, for example, from Russian ballet school, you know that if they see that the kid doesn't have tall enough parents, probably they will be not able to enter the school.
Hey, watch it, I'm a bleeder! You put me down right now, or I am never coming back here! Ha!
Yes, and also about underlock positions, which existed from the very beginning of ballet. I think that in Balanchine's epoch, it became much more exaggerated. And also he was a very funny guy. You can check his cat, because he was training his cat to do also ballet stuff. So can you imagine how hard he was working? That even his cat was dancing ballet.
We were talking about Georges Balanchine and what is the country where he was working the most?
I think that we can say that it was USA.
But before I know that he was working in Europe, but
honestly, he's from USSR.
USSR. You don't know how lucky you are, boy.
He was the one who helped him to develop his talent and became more famous. Yes, if we can say about George Balanchine a little bit more. So his name is Georg Balanchine, and how he became George Balanchine, Diaghilev helped him. Diaghilev is a very important figure. He was an entrepreneur. He was not a choreographer, he was not a dancer. He was a person who really felt the time. He was really understanding which thing will work on the stage.
He can smell it.
When he was starting to work as a person who is choosing things to perform, producer, I would say nowadays. Yes. He first moments he was choosing operas, but after he understood that opera is not working, people are not enjoying so much nowadays sitting in the sala and watching, I don't know, like things which are happening so much as before.
Boring.
That is why he decided that he should try something else. It was not the moment when ballet was on the top. Like ballet was decreasing the level of importance. Ballet was like in the close to the bottom. And Diaghilev went to Europe. He brought a lot of different short performances, and it worked. From that moment, Ballet Russo appeared as one of the most important things which were happening in art world. So a lot of people were going to Paris only to watch this thing, and thanks to Diaghilev, we will do another video only about him because I love his story, he is amazing.
I love it!
At least as a historical figure, yes, and we will have it later. So now just keep in mind that Diaghilev was the one who put upstairs the level of ballet in these moments. And after he was helped George Balanchine and a lot of other choreographers, so who was apart from George Balanchine in these moments. He was also before working with Fokine, he was working with Nijinsky. Nijinsky is a very important figure, not only in ballet dance, because he created kind of, I think that he changed the world of dancing, and yes, we are really grateful to this guy because he was creating really weird stuff for that moment, but nowadays we can say that this is life-changing, the masterpiece of these times, and I think that I will say that he was the first contemporary choreographer. So maybe it's the moment then the ballet gave start to a new epoch of dance, which we will discuss in another video. Maybe now we have to finish and say that what was happening after George Balanchine in the ballet direction, not in the contemporary dance. Nowadays there are a lot of choreographers that still work in the ballet genre. So if we're speaking about, I can say a couple of names, and one of them is Alexei Ratmansky. He was first creating things in Russia, after he moved to America, and now I think that he's in Europe. So if you are searching for not boring ballet, this is the address. Yes, you should really watch his ballet, which is named Svetly Ruchey. It's hilarious, I don't know, it's really funny. I would never say that ballet could be anything like this. And another thing that probably we will record soon is how to watch ballet and don't sleep, because you can do it. Another very important figure which is created nowadays is William Forsythe. So you can just check his works and see the difference, for example, with other choreographers of nowadays. And I think that for today that's all. It's enough, and we are really happy that you followed us through all these years. And yes, next video will be about contemporary dance, starting from Nijinsky. Honestly, it's our favorite part. And thank you very much for following us, subscribing our channel, putting likes, comments, and text us if you felt like some of our ideas in this video could be developed more. We are really happy to be here and share with you our thoughts. Thank you for your attention, and let's dance!